What is up, guys? It is that Panda Guy. I'm here again with another video, and I'm gonna be honest, I was not super in this island. I wasn't super active this time around, and I honestly almost forgot that I like do island like reviews, I guess, at the end of it, right? So I wanted to do this quick video and I guess just talk about the whole bracketing. I'm gonna be honest, this was the most uneventful island or islands all around, right? Like, you see the placements up here, these have to be like the lowest points across the board I've ever seen. And this obviously has to do with, like, one, people, obvious, a lot of whales just aren't in, like, or not even whales, just a lot of people aren't in the old regions they used to be. They might be in a region that doesn't have island, or they might have even just moved down to a region where island is easier. That, and also just bracketing is really weird based off these islands, and then that just means the alliances in these brackets aren't fighting as much. So yeah, I'll kind of talk about what I guess happened here and stuff. But I mean, G1, pretty straightforward. Nobody was really willing to fight. I mean, it kind of just ended simple. I don't really have much to say about this one, and it's kind of the same with like some of these other brackets, right? Like, there literally wasn't really any fighting here. I don't think there's really much for me to talk about. Pretty boring, uneventful bracket. I think the same kind of can be said about G3, although there was probably more fighting going on there. G2 was really weird to me, right? So it started off, and you would assume that BTW, you would assume H&T, who obviously is H&B in the past, and H&B moved to 10. H&T were going to ally with BTW since there was a family alliance there, but apparently they decided to go neutral, and I guess a lot of problems arose, and people started, like, BTW started burning them. I don't even know, man, that was crazy. But like Indy 21, DHX, they were BTW, they were all fighting each other. It was a pretty nice fight off the start, first day of the island, and after that, stuff kind of settled down. The fights kind of stopped. I mean, besides like the burning of H&T here, there wasn't really anything interesting, and I guess people just felt wronged or something, and maybe people were mad. Honestly, this whole situation was really weird to me. I don't really have a lot to say about G2. I wasn't really too into it because most of the drama happened like the first day, and then the second day kind of, but I don't know, man. There wasn't really much to be said. G3 is kind of the same. I know there was some drama going down here. I honestly wasn't really, I wasn't even here, man. I'm not gonna lie. I maybe popped in for like 10 minutes throughout the whole island, but I just watched it a little bit from the outside. I heard a lot of the stirring, but I mean, there wasn't really many fights to be had, right? Like, a lot of these alliances just can't fight each other. It's just whatever, like, and I didn't really expect much coming into this anyways, because it's like, who cares to fight against Boone, for example, in this bracket, right? Like, if you have I don't know, any of these alliances 1v1 Boone, just for example, you're going to be getting really bad trades on towers. You're going to have these really strong players rallying, and it's just like you're feeding your troops for nothing, basically. And I don't know, man. G4, I didn't really watch other brackets. I was kind of involved in one. I'm gonna be honest. I was actually in region 240 and helping fend off some invaders like the first day or two of island. So any 240 players watching this, just shout out to you guys. That being said, you have RPG here. I think there was like, I don't know if there was like first capture for freaking, I don't even know how to say this, because like RPG is way easier to say, and like I usually try to like say it in a way that's like so up, right? For example, but SOT, right? Like, I can't say that all smooth. So SOTF, and it just sounds weird. But I saw SOTF actually take ruins. I don't know if RPG and them had like an agreement, but I did see like field fighting here. I'm pretty sure. I might be tripping, but I swear I thought they were fighting. So I'm kind of surprised that it looks like this was kind of peaceful. Maybe they ended up just coming to an agreement, or maybe I'm just crazy, man. But looks like RPG and the SOA players kind of just came to an agreement. I mean, you got Sim here. They kind of dominated in this corner. I'm assuming that this was mostly a peaceful bracket, and people maybe came to agreements to just kind of isolate their own fights, or just have a peaceful island. Okay, G5 here. We have ROK. I'm already pretty sure I know who these guys are. Yeah, these guys are some whaley boys. Pretty big guys, honestly. But this one, actually, it looks like, I don't know, is it just me, or every single I feel like every single time, almost every single time, I see like these brackets with all these Korean alliances, you end up having it mostly looks peaceful, right? Like I might be wrong and there might have been big fights here, but it looks mostly peaceful where these islands or all these alliances are kind of either just choosing two enemies or like three enemies and then they have those on the helipad and then the rest kind of just decide to share up their decide which outposts or villages they want to kind of keep their ranks. But you see here, like there were three alliances that were just, it seems like selected to kind of be slaughtered. But yeah, so let's go to G6 now. G6, we'll see. I mean, these guys just got abused. This is not even cool, man. How do you surround their helipad like this? Like, this is always one of those situations where you're like, this isn't cool, man. Like, this is just, you're basically curb stomping them by doing that, and it's like the ultimate disrespect to completely surround a helipad like this, right? But I mean, you got one alliance, two alliance, yeah, just two alliances on their helipad. I mean, the other ones, I saw like K and Q's came over here denuded right off the start, but then they started building around in this direction, so I'm not sure why. I'm guessing that maybe they just decided to stay on their helipad and just take their village. Maybe they slow built all the way out here. That's what I'm like kind of guessing. But this bracket honestly looks kind of like the other ones, kind of peaceful. Looks like Sun got pushed hard though. I'm assuming like these are Sun towers, right? I can only assume that this was near the end of the island though, since these towers are still intact. Because you would have guessed that they'd be burnt, right? I mean, even MRR. I don't know if like MRR came to push these guys, and then maybe TK84 just decided to step in. I don't even know. This is like a really weird one. Yeah, it looks like Sun came over here, and then MRR came over here. It's possible that these were friendly fights, or they were just kind of building along each other. But it looks like TK84 just shut them both down, which is rough. So we go to G7. Okay, we got Vin top guys here. I feel like my predictions this island had to have been the best predictions that I've probably made this time around, right? Like or overall just like deciding who I think are, kind of the stronger players in these brackets, I feel like this had to be one of my better island reviews the first time around. But I mean, you got Vin here. I already thought that Vin would be pretty strong out here, but looks like I was right. I'm kind of surprised that BKGT didn't go more ham for like, I guess more, but I guess maybe they just didn't want to kind of overextend and they just decided to settle with an easier lower placer, right? But I mean, looks like it was peaceful for them. Looks like these islands this like time around are mostly peaceful. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I might be wrong, right? Like, even here it looks like there might have been like clashing, but I could be wrong. I feel like a lot of these islands though were just mostly peaceful. I'm assuming that most alliances just were like, you know what, either even if they were strong in the bracket, they probably maybe just came to the conclusion that, well, I can have an easy island this time around, maybe we can just sit it out. I mean, you even see D-Day here, nobody really contesting them. You have ANCI sitting on their helipad, SMHS sitting on their helipad. Looks like they fought with FR5. Wait, what? So I guess they got their village taken, and then they ended up cutting off SMHS. Kind of crazy. Glow, dude, the helipad abuse is not even cool, man. But yeah, you guys get my point. Where like I think, I mean, in this bracket, it looks like maybe it was more intense fight between these two, FKN right against Glow and like G3R. But then I mean, also honestly, this one maybe was a bit more eventful, but then again, I imagine these alliances just decided, I'm not going to fight, forget this, because, you kind of fight against these monster opponents in comparison, and, they just don't have a reason to fight, and I don't know, man, like, that's honestly what I probably would have done, too. I mean, even here, it looks like the top alliances were just peaceful. Looks like these guys are probably peaceful with, these two over here. I think, I might be wrong, but I think God got the first capture and then Mink took ruins afterwards. And I mean, most of these just look like they were pretty chill, right? Like most of these alliances, I mean, honestly, Bro looks like they might have been fighting OXO here. Honestly, this helipad surrounding stuff is just abuse, guys. People gotta stop doing this. This is so rude, man. It's literally not cool. It's literally not cool. All right, so we're gonna stop off at G10. I don't really have a lot to say this time. I didn't watch a lot. I don't have a lot of commentary I can kind of give. But dude, it just looks like nobody was willing to fight, and I don't know if that's really a good thing. I'm kind of coming to the conclusion that this is partially possibly due to how the brackets were kind of set up because of the recent updates. And then again, it's also like maybe people were just less interested in the game right now, and they just decided they don't want to fight, or maybe they're they just don't want to be playing. And I mean, I don't know, man. That's my take. That's how I kind of feel. But you guys give me your take on the situation. I mean, I feel like all these brackets here kind of had the same deal going on. I mean, I feel like this does happen a lot, obviously. A lot more brackets do try to be peaceful. But then again, you still have a lot of fights, especially in the top brackets, and that just wasn't a thing this time around. Even in G2, which was definitely the most intense bracket that I had seen, you didn't have a lot of fights going on after that first day. So I don't know, man. You guys let me know what your thoughts are on this whole situation. And yeah, you guys have a good one, though. I do appreciate you guys, as always, for watching this and, just letting me blabber on. But yeah, you guys have a good day or night, though. And I'll see you guys in the next one. That is it. Peace.